Welcome parents, this is to another very short Mr Boys' online talk. Just a very quick end of term one message. Rather than put it down on paper, I just thought I'd take an opportunity just to share two of the things that we've been up to this term and highlight a couple of things that are coming up in term two. I suppose the biggest thing we want to sort of start off by saying, term one has been so much better compared to the last couple of years. You know, the life, the vibrancy and the enjoyment I see on the face of the students in and around the school has been back to almost what it was in the times of past, which has been absolutely fantastic. The 8 weeks of this term have seemed to have flown by, and I can't believe that I'm standing talking to you and we're literally a day away from the half-term holiday. But that is the way of school life. What I would like to say is that it has been a term that has seen us undertake parents' evenings back as normal. We've had lots of trips out to school. We've had trips to the local cathedral. We've had trips further afield. And lots of sporting fixtures and much sporting success. So all of those things that we used to do so well that we had to park during COVID are now coming back to life. Along with things like lunchtime clubs, after school clubs, homework support and the other sort of school life things that you know Herne Bay High so well for. So it's been a very good term one from the perspective of the school. As we move into half term, half term is always an opportunity, and we've got a 2-week break and the nights are drawing in, and I know many of our students are starting to feel a bit tired already, so please try to find a little bit of time for rest and relaxation over half term and be prepared for a return to a very busy term 2, which starts on Monday the 8th of November, bright and breezy at 8:30 in the morning. In term 2, all of our students across every year group are going to be undertaking either mid-term assessments or mock exams if they are in year 11 and year 13 particularly, but there are a few year 10 and year 12 students that will also be undertaking some mocks. And these will start round about mid-November and go through to the beginning of December. So the half-term holidays are a very good opportunity to do a bit of preparation for that and maybe get yourself in the right frame of mind and get yourself ready for those mid-term assessments and mock exams, because they will help us inform our teaching and also help your child get themselves ready for the important exams as they progress through the school. One thing that we are doing, and this will come out to you before the holiday, is we are going to share with you a lot of the content of these midterms and the revision material required to help support you. That is to try to make sure that students are less anxious about what's coming up, and also to make sure as parents you are there to support them. This will be made available on our website under the section here that is called Supporting Your Child. So as you go into the half-term holiday, if you go onto the Supporting Your Child section, you'll be able to see in there the A&R and the mock exam information to help actually prepare you for those exams, which I think is a fantastic addition to what we're doing. In terms of a few other pieces of news, I mean, we're still living within sort of the times of our pandemic, as I'm sure you're aware. We have been very fortunate at the school. Whilst we have had some cases of COVID, they have remained relatively flat. And we've managed to continue to operate school as normal. One of the things that contributes to that being successful is the continuation of homeschool testing and to ensure that you undertake regular COVID tests, and if you do feel your child has symptoms or they test positive, to keep them at home and get a PCR test, and that does help maintain that balance. What will happen as we go through into the winter months, we will wait and see. I hope that we can maintain the level of schooling we have this term, but we will wait for any further government advice. As we will for the likely rollout of the vaccination programme that will come across all of Kent schools and schools nationally in the coming weeks and months, and hopefully that will make it successful. I would just please ask you that over the half-term holiday we make sure we're prepared in terms of the correct uniform for the return in November. As I've said, the nights are drawing in and the weather's getting colder, so a suitable coat. The uniform is still obviously blazer shirt and ties, and they need to be worn correctly, and we are going to stick to that and make sure that our students look smart, think smart and behave smart as well. So please help us by helping getting your child ready for the return on the 8th. The last thing I'll say is that obviously many of you do look at our website. If you don't, then on our website we have access to our Twitter feed and to our latest news that comes from that's linked across to Facebook. We are endeavouring to share as much as we can about the life and the lifeblood of the school on a daily basis with you, so please keep up to date. There's some really good reads, lots of information about what goes on in school, from trips out to the local cathedral to activities and sporting events and sporting successes, as I've already said. So please do keep abreast of everything we do via our website or via our social media feed. So that just leaves me both to thank and to wish all of our parents and all of our students a very happy and safe half-term break, and I look forward to seeing everybody back bright and breezy on the 8th of November for the start of term 2. And dare I say, looking ahead to Christmas, which will be on us all too soon. So thank you, take care and see you soon. Bye bye.